It's time for Spooky of the Week, and we have made it to our season finale of
Final one.
Spooky of the Week 2025.
Spooky for the week.
This year, we were doing all Southeast Pacific countries like Thailand, Vietnam, Indonesia,
New Zealand or Australia, which
Singapore.
we didn't pick any movies from.
No.
Those don't count.
The whole point of this theme is we wanted to go on a little bit of a horror vacation. We wanted to explore our horror sexuality.
Yes.
Yeah, we wanted to bang cock.
We're always banging cock.
And we did. And now we're back. And this time, we're asking, what about the Vietnamese?
What about the Vietnamese?
What about the Vietnamese?
We're coming in with our final movie, and Sam Slade, you recommended
I did.
Vengeful Heart.
I did recommend Vengeful Heart.
Đêm con gái bác qua đời, bác sĩ nói với bác là có một cô gái cần phải thay tim gấp.
Cô chính là người đang mang trong mình trái tim của vợ tôi.
A basic spoiler-free plot overview is a woman receives a heart transplant from another woman who recently died in a horrific hit and run. She then starts to get mysteriously drawn to that woman's house, and it's pretty obvious that she might have some unfinished business.
Once again, not brought a horror movie to Spooky of the Week.
It is closer to being a horror movie than Play Misty for me.
Yeah, so is Pee-wee's Big Adventure. I went down a bunch of different ones. I wanted to pick one that was from a country we hadn't done yet.
Yeah.
Most of the, I was listening to like a brief summary or whatever. Most of them didn't sound that interesting, and then this one was like, oh, this is about a heart transplant, and things are spooky because this person's got someone else's heart in them, and it's gonna...
Pretty interesting premise.
And I was like, that sounds cool.
Yeah,
I want to do that. And I looked up...
Return to Me in the Ring combined.
Yeah, and it's and it was on YouTube. I was like, sweet, easy to watch.
It's only on YouTube.
Yeah, I couldn't find it anywhere else.
Simultaneously, the hardest to find movie that we watched this year and easiest one.
Literally.
Because it's just on YouTube, but it's just uploaded by some guy.
There's a bunch of uploads too. I circled through a bunch of them because I was like, this one sucks. Oh, it's the same one. Oh, this one sucks too.
Yeah.
It's a lot of the same
in
upload.
380p or whatever, 360p.
It's just someone's screen recording, and it's annoying because he keeps bumping the mouse, and so the old YouTube.
Mine wasn't that.
Mine was. I didn't.
Dude, I found like 3 of them like that.
It was the first one I saw.
Yeah.
I clicked on it. I didn't notice
That guy
any
with
issues
5
like that.
subscribers.
Yeah, the guy that's fishing.
Yeah.
We should have watched the one from the guy who was fishing. Vengeful
30
Heart
minutes in.
opens up. It's also semi-comedic, I would say.
The version we saw said it was horror comedy.
The first scene, I was a little like, should I laugh or not? Because it just starts with this close-up shot.
Làm ơn cho tôi gặp bác sĩ Minh trưởng khoa. Alo, anh Minh đó hả? Tôi Sáu Dũng đây. Chúng tôi vừa phát hiện một thi thể nạn nhân bị tai nạn giao thông. Mà có điều này lạ lắm. Nạn nhân tuy bị cán nát người dẫn đến tử vong, nhưng trái tim vẫn còn nguyên vẹn.
I thought he was the president or something. I was like, why is he dressed like that?
I thought he was a colonel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, is this Jurassic Park? What is happening?
Why is he just like that? And I assume that's just what police officers.
That's what the chief of police looks like. That dude.
Yeah, because he's and we find out that he's the uncle of the family. He's just like, yeah, we had this car accident. Her entire body was crushed, but her heart somehow is completely intact. And it was just the way it was phrased was very
There's
comedic
also
to me.
nothing else to the opening.
Yeah.
It's literally just shot of this guy in front of a car accident.
It's the first thing.
Fade
There's
in.
no black. There's no.
Her heart's completely intact.
Keegan, what did you think of Vengeful Heart?
So I thought it was kind of interesting. It was based on a play. I read that when I was doing a little research on it. It felt too long and too undercooked. I wanted to like it because Hugh.
Great, it has some great character.
The one
has good
character
characters.
so goddamn funny.
Hồ ơi, anh nhìn coi bên kia có cái gì kìa.
Đâu? Tôi không thấy gì đâu.
Rõ ràng là em thấy có một người phụ nữ đứng ở trên mặt hồ đó. Nè, anh làm gì vậy?
Thôi, về. Hết vui rồi. Ai mà đứng trên mặt hồ?
Every scene with him is funny. Every line he delivers is funny.
And he performs it really well.
Yes.
His best line is a spoiler, so I won't say it now, but I want to bring it up
There's
later.
a part where he looks at the picture. It's right. It's right when she goes outside and they're like gonna leave the first time, and she's like, and then they go back inside. And it happens, like, I think it happens twice. And then the second time it comes in, like, you've already figured out what's happening, the audience has.
Yeah.
And then they're all like, what's going on? And then Hugh looks over at the pictures.
Thiệt là quái lạ.
Like that's just like this delayed. I don't think she wants us to leave. That scream was so.
And he does that a couple of times too. And it's great every time.
That guy is so funny. He's trying to carry the entire movie on his back.
No, dude,
and
his spine was shattered from carrying this movie.
He almost did. Also, the lead actress, I liked her.
Yep, she did good.
I
Mostly
think the husband was also good.
Yeah, the husband was.
I don't think there's really any weak performances / characters. They all were pretty decently rounded characters.
The lead actress and Hugh were the two that were doing the best.
Yeah.
The others weren't bad.
Most developed characters too.
But like the writing, it just
so I would say just general thoughts. This movie is atrociously paced.
Yes.
Like there is good stuff, but we gotta get there. Feels so like the editor just didn't know what to do with it. Like that's the entire movie where it's like everything needs to kind of be done twice. Everything takes too long to get to the point.
It's almost like they want the audience to realize it before the characters do, and then the characters realize it.
The micro pacing of things is off. I like these characters. I like this scene. We can move on though. Like we should get to the next scene.
Didn't we do this already?
Very similarly, I would actually say to Shudder. I think the second act is the weakest, where we're just in this house for so long, and every scene feels really repetitive. Kevin, what did you think about it?
No, I thought it was good overall. Honestly, very similar to Shudder. It was a movie that
it had similar beats.
Yeah, like the more I knew about it, the more I was like, oh, okay, this is interesting. I like where this is going. It gets more interesting as it goes along.
It has layers to it that it doesn't, you know.
In the beginning, you're like, okay, I mean, it's a neat premise, but like, it feels like everything's resolving fairly quickly, it seems. With little to no conflict, and then that kind of quickly unveils a lot of stuff. And I was
they
like,
don't string you along with stuff. Like they have the mystery of like, oh, is there a ghost in her heart? And the answer is like yes. Like they don't try to like string it along.
Yeah, they feed that
this
very,
is for sure what's happening.
Yeah,
and then they also kind of
you don't even know that there's a new mystery for like.
Well, they introduce like a potential, like this is what's happening, and I was sitting there like, oh man, is this gonna be like Shudder again? Am I gonna be way too far ahead of this movie, and for a long time am I not gonna really care what's happening because I already know what's happening?
Right.
But then the movie reveals, no, we know that's happening.
Yeah.
And it's just like he like when he has that flashback when he looks at the picture, it's like, okay, no, they're revealing that is potentially what is going on.
Yeah.
Right. And
until they drop the other shoe on that too.
Right. And so like, yeah, I generally had issues with it here and there in terms of like how it's filmed and technique and pacing that we've already mentioned. Like things that were not perfect with the actual making of it.
There are a couple moments where I felt there were some, creative decisions made. Like I like that there seems to be this backstory with the police. Like they have their own thing going on. It just cuts in there. They're like, oh yeah, we have a raid going on, and there's just like 100 guys with machine guns. It's like, give us 15 minutes. We're gonna go this way. We have something we have to do real quick, and then like an army of guys with machine guns just come, and I'm just like,
they send the entire police force.
Well, it's because the general.
I thought it was so comical, and I'm like, okay, it's because they're friends with the head of the police.
Yeah.
I assume he's not a literal uncle.
I keep calling him uncle. I don't know. So just to get spoilers out of the way, recommend, yes or no?
Yeah, I would say general recommendation. It's like
crazy.
Like with most of the ones that we've done though, it's not really like a hard recommendation.
I would not recommend it. I liked it less than Shudder. I thought I had more entertainment from this than Shudder, but I thought Shudder was a better overall movie. And if you're not like me, where like you can just predict the plot, then like Shudder's more enjoyable because you're like, oh, this is actually an interesting twist. But with this, like the second act was so boring. Yeah, I was so bored for large sections of the movie. Even Hugh,
it's almost like
I love.
They just kind of like, anyway, we don't really know what to do with the middle. Like they kind of just fluffed around.
It meanders so fucking much.
Hugh tried his hardest to carry this movie on
until
his
they
back.
pull the car out of the water. You're just kind of like, oh yeah, remember there's mystery, right?
There's a plot.
And they're like, oh right, there's a mystery happening.
Like literally, I think I gave it 2.5 stars, and half a star is for Hugh.
I would generally, to most people, like I don't think anyone would like despise it or anything. Because again, I think the thing that makes it decent for me, and the thing that even made me survive the second act is that I do like the characters, and the more I spent time with them, the more I liked them. The more I'm like, oh, this guy's really funny.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
His jokes are getting better. I really like her and her perspective, and I like everything that's going on with him. I understand this character a lot. And so like by the end, when we get the resolution that we get with these characters, I was like, you know, I'm satisfied. Like honestly, that's like I feel good about where the movie ended and how I felt about it overall. It did have flaws, so I would say keep that in mind if those are things that are going to bother you. Obviously not. I wouldn't say go into it expecting a horror film necessarily.
I saw something else calling it a drama/thriller.
It's a supernatural thriller. I would say it's a supernatural thriller comedy.
Family drama comedy.
I would throw horror in the ring. I think it's included in its list of genres. It is not at the top of the list. But that being said, even for a Spooky of the Week thing, again, for a lot of the same reasons as Shudder, which is a group of characters, there's a car accident.
There's a lot of similar
elements.
Like you're supposed to follow like the more character-driven mysteries, and spooky things are occasionally happening as it unravels. I think for similar reasons to that, I would still probably recommend it as a Spooky of the Week. Also, like Shudder. Not quite as much as Shudder, but I think it passes that bar, personally.
So, every movie we've watched has been a ghost movie.
Asians are very afraid.
Yeah,
like being real, ghosts coming back, that's bad.
I think that's why I've enjoyed these movies probably as much as I have. I like ghost stories, and I like it's scary enough that there is a spirit that wants revenge and has unfinished business. Like they don't have to dress it up. It is just, here's this scorned woman, here's this family that's been cursed, here's this, whatever.
That's also, I think,
happened
something that this movie,
the first movie we watched.
That's something I like.
Some trauma is happening and revenge is coming.
And I would actually say Satan's Slaves was the least interesting because it was the most westernized. It was like Satanism and demons and stuff.
Cults.
Well, I liked the implementation of the ghostiness of it, because I just think it's unique that she just has someone else's heart, and the ghost is literally only communicating that way through her, you know. Until the end, they have a few other things, but I thought that was interesting that it is making her walk around in her sleep.
It does more than that. The husband, the husband blows out the candles and has the vision and stuff like that.
It's true. But for the most part, I just thought that was an interesting element, especially when they're getting to know the family of the girl that.
As a Spooky of the Week, it's not very spooky, you know?
Not terribly.
It is over long. I could, like, if you're sitting with your significant other, you're trying to get some action, you want to get bored so you could start feeling each other up, that might be a plus.
Do it in the middle.
Because a good Spooky of the Week should have some boring parts.
Yeah, I agree.
Because you don't want too much. You don't want too much stuff going on.
Don't want too much,
Yeah,
you know?
you want...
You gotta talk sometimes.
You want... I think this movie would be way lower for me if it wasn't for the character Hugh. Performance and comedic timing on everything.
Good. I like his arc.
Yeah, he has a good arc. Kind of heartwarming ending to his story as well.
Yeah.
It's kind of lighthearted overall. This movie's, not, it does deal with some heavy subjects.
When violent stuff does happen, you're like, oh, right, this is kind of a horror movie. Like, you kind of forget.
Just so much of the movie's just kind of relatively family friendly.
She got her face run over.
Like, Hugh as a character, one of my favorite traits of him is that he is a pussy. And he's just like, I get very scared. He prays to the ghost at one point to not come back because he's like,
I'm scared.
If you do come back, at least,
turn on the lights.
Turn on the lights.
Warn me.
He also is fully willing to admit when he gets tired from rowing the boat for too long. He's just like, I'm tired. Leave me alone. Like, I'm exhausted.
We're in the middle of this river.
It's a lot of work.
It's hard for me to recommend it in the state that it's in because you are committing yourself to watching like a really low quality version of a movie.
Hugh, I want to establish why we love this character so much. He is the best wingman for the murderer. Yeah. He doesn't know that it's a murderer. But he's like, I was in love with this girl, madly in love. She chose this other guy. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. He's a good guy. I'm gonna be so supportive of it. The part where villain and main girl are walking to go see the flowers, and the husband's gonna interject, but he's started to drink with Hugh.
Yeah.
And he was like,
this drinking scene was great.
The drinking scene is great, where he's like, even though the girl I was in love with, unrequited love with, her husband, it looks like he might get some puss with a married woman. I'm gonna be his fucking wingman and distract the husband because I am just that good of a guy.
He's like, hey, You're from the West, so why do you fucking suck
talk
at
like
drinking?
Yeah, suck at drinking is specifically
And he's
how he
like-
phrases it.
How do you know I'm even from the West? I'm from the North. Yeah, the Northwest. That's why you fucking suck at drinking. I'm just like, what's this conversation?
It starts to get a little almost horror, is with the ending of it being with the twists and the murder and all that. I thought once the ball gets rolling on that, it's pretty interesting. You know, it's like
No, and I do like the character work that they do with the husband, where like he tries to like project. He's like, oh yeah, she was cheating on me. It's like he was just a piece of shit.
the whole time you're like, oh shoot, so
Yeah,
that's
he was
why
just hitting
was,
on her.
That's why he was over in the garden before and all this, like all that comes
Yeah.
back and like, oh yeah, he's just been a piece of shit this entire time.
I will say I like the performance of the husband. I feel like that's a character they had no idea what to do with
Yes.
for the movie. Like they forget
like the original husband.
the original
Yeah,
husband.
yeah.
Like
I feel like they were really close to making it work. He's a good red herring because you're like, oh, he's kind of unlikable, but also
He's like deleted from the second act.
Well, actually, when he gets arrested, there's only 30 minutes left.
That's what I'm
It's
saying.
the last act.
Like-
he's deleted from.
The last act too. I'm saying he's like gone for a big chunk of the middle.
He's also just not really he pops up when the story is like, oh well, yeah, the husband should be a little annoyed that this is happening, but they don't really do much.
Once
for
they
him.
reveal the guilt of the husband, he kind of just he's not really in the movie. Like once they reveal like, oh okay, yeah, he potentially killed this girl. Maybe he killed her on purpose because they bring up the whole like, why do you murder someone? You either murder for money, love, or whatever the third one
Revenge.
was. And you're kind of like, oh yeah, maybe he killed her on purpose to
Right.
get a heart transplant or whatever. But then he's just not really in the movie that much because they're kind of like, well, that's not what the twist is going to be.
Also, this is worth pointing out. I got into a car accident on the way here after watching this movie today, and then Shudder before.
That is crazy.
And there's also a car
Shudder
accident in Satan's Slaves also.
Yeah. Wow, a lot of people getting run
And a
over.
twist with the car accident.
And a twist with the car accident.
And
Yeah.
in
like
the Curse of Evil, there's medieval knights that come in. So I also feel like that's just a symptom of like there's just a lot of characters in this movie.
Yeah,
and
for
they
sure.
don't really have a lot of ways of roping them into the overall narrative super well.
I think Auntie also was a little underused.
Yeah.
She also gets deleted from the movie
Yes.
for a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like she's here for this part of the movie where they're supposed to think that it's her soul that's in the main character. But once we don't have that, then whatever. Who cares? How does she feel about her about the husband cheating? Who cares?
Yeah,
Not
and
gonna worry about that.
they wheel her in for all those.
They definitely could have shaved a lot in the middle. Would have made just the
But
overall.
I think that's why I
plot.
hated so much of that middle stuff is because by the end of it, it's like, oh, so we spent all that time with the husband. I never thought the husband killed her. Like I was just like, that's not what happened. I just didn't buy
Well,
that.
it's a red herring, but he actually believes that he has something.
I know, but that doesn't pay off. You know, like that's where that storyline starts and ends. Is that scene where it's just like I'm sad, and then that character gets deleted, and then we don't see him again until like the epilogue where the wife is like, it's fine, let's have babies, and I'm just like, oh cool, like I guess that was fine.
They never brought up that they wanted a baby.
No, and I'm just like
He's like, God damn it, a divorce? No.
I honestly, I might be less mad about it if that scene played out different, where I'm just like, wait, but you still found out through this plot line that your husband ran over a woman and then just left her there.
Well, to be fair to him, and this is his defense, where he's like, I did it, I admit my guilt, but I immediately called 911 and they said, we will be there in the next 5 minutes and my wife is in the hospital dying, so that is why I left the scene.
My point is more that like that scene just absolves all that drama. Just like it just is like, yeah, let's have babies. You know, it's just like
no, I agree.
there's no like payoff to it. There's no like, oh, and this is why our relationship's different now that we've gone through it.
You were
It's just-
still being a huge jerk the entire time.
That's what
we were
I'm
over
saying.
there,
Like
yeah.
that's what frustrated me about it is like literally it's just like, oh, all of that stuff didn't matter. You could have not been in the movie and it would have changed nothing about like how it ends up being. That second act is so long. But then once we reveal all this drama, it ends like that. Where I'm like, I want to stew in this more. Like I wanted more with Who and the main villain guy. Like we get none of him once he's revealed to be a villain. You know, like I'm just like,
That's true.
It's like we had so much of him pretending to not be a villain, but then like once the plot kind of unfolds itself, we have no time to think about it at all. It just kind of like
There should be more drama baked into their final confrontation because it's like.
It's just they
I
wrestle
love her.
a little
Like,
bit.
I loved her
You've
before.
kept her in here for so long.
Yeah.
I trusted you with her.
Yeah, I wanted a little bit more.
Yeah, for sure.
I agree with that.
So it's a soft recommendation.
Yeah.
I also like that little like they had that little sting at the beginning where a monster shows up in her dream. It's just him in a mask.
It's just you in a mask.
No. So when I first, because that's the first like scare in the movie, I saw it and I was like,
what is this?
Oh no!
Oh, you thought like it was like
it's gonna be a ghoul.
I was like, they got that at Spirit Halloween.
Yeah, you're like,
that was a ghoul mask.
I interpreted that as like a guy in a mask.
Yeah, I saw it as a guy in a mask.
And then as the movie went along, I was like,
they're not just gonna have a ghoul.
I was like, well, hold on, they haven't shown that in like forever.
Where's the ghoul?
So I was a little excited though. I was like, if that is what this movie's gonna be, a bunch of like horribly composed ghoul people with Halloween masks, that'd be great.
I was like, I was questioning the validity, especially the way it started with just a scene and not like an actual beginning. I was like, what am I in for? And then when that mask came up later, I was like, also, why would you just scare a stranger, a complete stranger that's coming to your house, and you go, blah!
And then immediately he's like, why are you here though?
Hugh did that. He did that.
Oh yeah, but why are you here?
Yeah, he did that multiple times. He scared the main girl.
He thinks it's funny.
Yeah,
It's so great.
Despite being
so
the
funny.
biggest pussy, like that is such a funny character trait.
Yeah, that's great.
But yeah, we closed out another season of Spooky of the Week, and actually, this is the end of the season, if that makes sense. Because if we consider season 1 year,
We're going back to
next year.
The ending of our rotation.
Yeah, our
There you
rotation. And so this was my theme. Next year, we're back to Keegan's theme.
For the first time since our most successful theme.
I hope you guys enjoyed this season and are ready for next year. This was ready for Halloween. Happy Halloween, by the way. And if you really enjoyed this, we have a ton of extra bonus videos that you can find on our Patreon.
That's right.
For less than $5 a month.
If you're a real fan, you should already be there though.
For less than $5 a month, you get bonus videos, you get early videos, and sometimes we even upload those. So
Yeah.
Sometimes we upload videos.
There's tons of reasons to
There's some
jump
videos on there now. There's a good pool of videos that if you
There are videos on our Patreon. I would actually say some of my favorite content that we've uploaded in the last like 2 years is
Wow,
Patreon
he
exclusive.
would say that.
One of them is going to be Alec learning of a new racial slur.
That's true. Alec
I did learn
learns
a new
live
racial slur. Yeah.
a new racial slur.
I did.
Exclusively on Patreon?
Apparently it's not a new one.
Not
So
new
if
to
that
anyone
sounds
else.
cool to you, hit us up on the Patreon.
You can watch all that content very fast and then take your subscription away.
You can.
You can.
You can. You are able to do that.
Yeah, just do that.
Yeah.
I would recommend doing that. That's what I would do.
That's what I have done.
That's what I would do. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
Less spooky.